Well, it is now fall here in the Chihuahuan Desert. As you can see by the changing of the leaves on our big ash tree in the backyard. The screen house project has been on hiatus for about a month due to inclement weather and some other priorities that moved ahead of it in the queue. But now that our weather is cooling off rapidly, it's a good time to get back outside and work outdoors. And what better project to work on than the screen house? So what I'm doing, I pre-drilled these horizontals on the end for where the bolts are going to go through the pipe upright. So I'm just going to scribe a mark with a pencil through these holes that I drilled, hit it with a center punch, then I'm going to drill the holes in the pipe, and then I can bolt this horizontal on. You'll notice I got welding clamps here to support the rail, horizontal rail, because this thing's heavy. Trying to do it one-handed would be next to impossible. So I center punched on this side of the pipe, but my the drill bit I'm using to drill a pilot hole for the larger bit isn't long enough to go the full diameter of the pipe. So I'm going to transfer this mark to the back side. You can do this with painter's tape too. I'm just going to wrap my tape measure around there, line up the edge with the mark on the front, transfer it to the back, eyeball the center, and then center punch that, and then I'll drill through both sides with my pilot hole, and then when I put the big drill bit in, it's long enough to go all the way through. Voila! Sorry about all the background noise. It's kind of breezy today, so the wind chimes are working overtime. And the attic fan in the garage, it comes on at 120 and shuts off at 95. So attic's still a little warm, so it's running. Anyway, this horizontal is in. And it's level. I like that. Okay, this end wall is all framed up. Horizontals are all bolted in. And I'm satisfied with that. I've got the first panel on the sawhorses here, ready to go. However, Nancy has decided that she wants to try and patina the structure first before I put the panel on. Now, the panel is going to patina naturally. The steel uprights, the pipe, has got a galvanized coating on it. And then, of course, the channel iron horizontals have all got some old paint on them. So she's got a couple of concoctions in mind that she wants to experiment with. So we'll get a consistent rust type patina on all this steel. Oop, shadow. So I'm on a temporary hiatus, but hey, if she's not happy, then you know the rest of the story. Okay, we're prepping for some patina work on the screen house project. Nancy's all staged out here. We got several pieces of metal, some cleaned, some not. She's going to experiment. Shiny metal, galvanized coating, rusty coating, and she's got, sorry about the wind noise, every time I turn the camera on the wind starts blowing. She's got her various buckets and chemicals set up. Agricultural vinegar, 30%, that's what I use for a weed killer, and it is something else. We also got muriatic acid here. All this stuff is caustic and dangerous, so I'm just going to say, don't do what we're doing here. We're on our own here, experimenting. Don't try to emulate what we're doing. You can wind up getting hurt, burned, etc. So no, don't go there. So anyway, Nancy's going to set up, and then we'll bring you back when we got something to show you. And in case anybody's curious, yeah, we got all kinds of PPE. Full face shield. Nancy's got a mask, heavy rubber gloves, apron, all that good stuff. Because we're dealing with some caustic chemicals here. So yeah, we got to do that. Safety, safety. All right, the plan here is she's going to brush some of it on, and she's going to sponge some of it on. And I'm going to stay upwind of that muriatic acid. I remember decades ago when I worked for an architectural sheet metal company, we soldered miles and miles of gutter joints, and we treated it with muriatic acid, and then we would treat our soldering irons with sal ammoniac to tin them, and we were out there with no PPE. All right, so she's brushing it on. That's shiny metal, and then the ground to clean metal. I left the galvanized on there, and then left that rusty. And then I doubt if you can see the vapor coming off, but the muriatic acid is already going to work. Now we've got some baking soda as a neutralizer along with water out here at the ready as well. And yeah.
Gotta wipe my nose.
She's got that treated. I'm staying upwind of that muriatic acid because I don't have any
Stop that a minute.
mask on. All right, we're treating the next piece here. What we'll do, we'll get this all treated, and we're going to see what the results are tomorrow. So I'll bring you back and show you the end result. And the reason why we're doing this is she decided she wants to experiment with patina before we get too far with assembling the main structure of the screen house, because we may pre-treat all of the structural components before we assemble them. So she's got a very specific rust patina in mind. So the artist did work. So yeah, anyway, so I'm going to cut it off here and bring you back tomorrow when we got some results to show you. I'm harvesting brass off the remnants of an ancient piano. And cool patent plate. But there's all kinds of just really cool parts on this thing. And so I'll be filching that off of there. I think this is actually an old player piano. But anyway, Nancy's going to want a lot of this for her art projects. So, patina. It's several days later, and this is going really slow. And the reason why is our humidity has dropped way down. I think this morning I checked, it was 16%, and it's going to go lower. We typically run around 10%. So far, the channel iron that I'm using on the horizontals of the screenhouse is showing the most promise. It's patinaing up quite nicely, real fast. The pipe, since it had such a heavy galvanized coating, is taking longer. Although where I ground it down to bare metal, you can see we're starting to get patina along there. So I think the pipe is going to be the long leg here. What I'm doing, see the holes there, since the humidity is so low, spraying these down several times a day to see if I can get them to flash rust. And so yeah, so I think I'll stop right here. Video's getting kind of long anyway, but this is going to take a lot longer. I'm going to go ahead and continue. I've got to dig holes and get more uprights cemented in and get more channel iron horizontals installed. And that's more rinse and repeat of what I've been doing. So I'm not going to film much of that. The next part of this, I'll be filming putting the panels on. I think that'll be the most interesting part as the design starts to take shape. So I'm going to stop here. Thanks for watching and tagging along on this experiment. And we'll see you all very soon on the next one. Thanks for watching.